guys, welcome to another installment of Mornin Oats. I've got my oats, just original team oats, and I got my coffee. Check out this really cool mug that one of my friends sent to me. It says O2B right there. And then, sorry, it's kind of hot, so I'm trying to be careful. And then the ObesetoBeast logo on it. That's really cool. I appreciate that mug because it's very customized to me. So that's really cool. Okay, let me talk about the topic that I wanted to talk about. This is a good one. Another one that you guys suggested. So again, if you ever have anything you think I could talk about that would be interesting, that would be beneficial to people, please leave it down in the comment section down below. But today I wanted to talk about something that I think it's a really cool topic, and it's something that is it's maybe not that many people are talking about it, so I thought it would be a really cool thing to talk about. So in the comments section down below, someone recommended that I talk about the fact that they said, are you really free of your, are you really free if you are afraid of every single food that you put in your mouth? If you're are you really free of breaking the chains of obesity, basically? And if you hear stuff in the background, I'm sorry, my family's awake, you know, they're gonna make noise, so if you hear them, I apologize. But are you really free from the chains of obesity? Have you really become free from that? If you're afraid of every single, piece of food that you put in your mouth, if you're really scared of eating, and you guys know that I talk about this a lot. I talk about, myself having a really trying to have a healthy relationship with food, and it's something that I still struggle with every single day. It's probably the biggest struggle that I have right now, especially it's just the main thing that I'm struggling with as far as just trying to really not be the same person that I was before. So it's hard for me because as someone that was formerly obese, you eat anything that you want and you don't even think about any of the consequences that are going to come from it. You don't think about anything that's going to happen to your body because of what you're eating. You don't think of any of that stuff, right? And then you switch gears to thinking that any calorie that you put in your body is bad. And I think that's where it lies, and that's where the struggle starts to happen, because it's so hard, and I don't have an answer for people how to make it easier. It's so hard to go from not caring at all about calories and anything like that, and then not restrict yourself, and then start to really over obsess about every single thing that you're putting into your body, every single thing that is going into your body. It's really hard to not have that happen to you, and it's because I feel because you're just so used to doing whatever you want, and then you feel like everything that you were doing was wrong and that you need to fix that. So it's definitely a struggle that a lot of people deal with. So to answer the question about are you free from your obesity, I think that you are, but I think that you can put yourself into another, I guess you could call it a prison, another thing that you're not free from. The reason that I say that is because there's been times where I would go out to eat with friends, and there would be times where I would go out to eat and stuff like that. That's the main thing, and I would freak out if they didn't have the macros on MyFitnessPal, or they didn't have the calories listed, and honestly, when you go out to eat, anything that you see in MyFitnessPal and the calories that are listed are probably so wrong, but for some reason in my head I felt like they were always right and they were never wrong, so I could trust them, that's just something that I think I would use so I could get myself to eat out, because it gets to a point, and this happens to a lot of people, and I'm not saying this to scare people, I'm just trying to be honest with you guys and showing you guys what happens when you maybe don't do it the right way. I've always talked about that I've had struggles, and I've struggled with things. A lot of it is because I didn't do this the best way, and that's why I'm so adamant about talking about a lot of this stuff, is because I want to help people do it the right way so they don't have to make the mistakes that I do. I want you guys to be able to watch my videos and see the mistakes that I made and not make them yourselves, because there's no reason for you guys to make the mistakes that I've made. If I'm able to help one person with any video that I make, I'm happy with that. And I know a lot of people say that and they might not mean that, but I really do mean that, and I hope that you guys understand that. But sorry, let me backpedal a little bit. So it would freak me out, and I would honestly feel like I can't enjoy myself. I can't enjoy going out with my friends. I can't enjoy, going out with my girlfriend. I can't enjoy, that's not fun, that's not what I was trying to do. That's not what I was trying to do after being obese and feeling like I'm living in that prison, to just switching. It felt like I was just switching my prison that I'm in, and now I'm dealing with this. That's not something that you want to do. And honestly, the main tip that I could give to someone is you just have to understand that calories are calories and food is food. It's not bad, it's not good. Well, it's good, obviously you need to nourish your body, but don't start to categorize foods into things you cannot eat ever. You know, I mean, there might be trigger foods for you, and I mean, there's trigger foods for me too, but you can't tell yourself that I'm never ever gonna eat this ever, because if I do, I'll blow up, because it's not gonna happen. There's no one food that you're gonna eat that's gonna make you more fat than another food. It's just, well, there is, but it's because of the calories that are in it, you know? It's not like, oh, that piece of chocolate's gonna make me fat, but I can eat 20 rice cakes because those are clean. It doesn't work like that. And that's the reason that might sound crazy, but that's how I would think. I would opt out of eating maybe 2 pieces of chocolate that at the most, what, maybe 100 calories, and then eating 20 rice cakes, which is like over, you know, over 500 calories, so maybe not that much, but it didn't make sense, but in my head it did. So it's definitely, I feel like, to answer the question, I feel like you do get out of, you know, because being obese is like, that's, if you've been, and I mean morbidly obese, like I know a lot of you guys maybe aren't like morbidly obese, and even if you're overweight and you're not happy with yourself, that's another prison. But when you're morbidly obese to the point where you're not enjoying anything in your life, when you're not, like I always say this, when you're not able to tie your shoe, when you're not able to sit in chairs because you're afraid that the chair is gonna break, you know, when you're not able, like when you walk into a restaurant, you have to scope and look at the chairs and be like, okay, I can't sit in that one, I might have to find, you know, or if you see booths, you're like, I can't sit here, things like that, you know, that's not, I always say this, but that's not living. That's just existing, and that's not something that you want. That's not fun, right? I definitely feel, and I mean, people might disagree with me here, but I definitely feel like the prison that I was in, like I'm trying to, like I said, I'm trying to get out of it, but the prison that I was in, as far as, you know, being afraid to eat, was a lot better for me as a prison, and like living wise, and feeling like I'm living a real life than being obese. But that being said, it doesn't mean that I was happy there, right? It doesn't mean that I was super happy there. And I just want to tell you guys that if you are struggling with this, if you are feeling like I can't eat food, I'm afraid to put food into my mouth because I feel like I'm gonna, you know, blow up, you can beat it, I promise you. I mean, there's so many ways. For me, I mean, what's working for me is, you know, trying to bulk up and being okay with gaining a little bit of weight, because I want to say this to you guys, weight loss and just being fit for the rest of your life is for the rest of your life. It's a lifestyle, it's a lifetime thing that you're gonna be doing. So it's okay if you end up gaining 5 pounds every once in a while. It's okay. Now, I'm not saying that you could gain all your weight back, and that's just fine. Like, okay, as long as you're happy, you know, you have to balance it, but it's not the end of the world if you end up gaining 5 pounds. The reason I say that is because this happened to me too, is I would gain 5 pounds, and then in my head I'm like, it's over. Might as well just go back to where I was before. It's okay, you know, there's gonna be fluctuations. Like for me, it's been super good trying to bulk up and gain muscle, because I'm seeing that, oh, I can eat a lot more than I thought and not go to where I was, because the amount of calories that I used to eat when I was 360 pounds is immense. It's so many calories, and like I always talk about drinking calories, I used to drink so many calories. But I just want to let you guys know that I don't want this video to be like some sort of like terrible, like sad story. It can be done. You can get out of that. You can beat it. I promise you. I'm to the point pretty much now that I feel like I'm like almost there, and I don't think I'll ever have a perfect relationship with food, just because, you know, where I'm from, and I think so many people in America just don't have a very healthy, like a perfect relationship with food. But I really feel like I am a lot better now. Like, I can eat a piece of candy and not feel bad at all, you know? Maybe eating like 2 slices of pie, then I'll kind of feel bad about that, you know? But before, I'm not lying. Like, so today's Halloween when I'm filming this. I don't know when this video is gonna come out, but today's Halloween, and I remember for a couple years there, I wouldn't eat 1 piece of candy. I would not let myself eat 1 piece of candy. And I get like, that's dedication, but like, if you get to a point where you feel like you can't even eat 1 piece of candy, like what are you really doing, you know? And I understand, like, if you feel like it's gonna trigger you and stuff like that, but I mean, to a point where I am now, I should be able to eat 1 piece of candy, you know what I mean? I should be able to do that and be okay with it and understand, because I know that I know in my head that I'm never gonna go back to that point. But there's times where, you know, you just, everyone has bad days, right? So I'll still have bad days. Like I said, I'm always trying to be honest with you guys. I'll still have bad days where I'm just like, I can't eat, like I have to really restrict myself today. And then I'll think about it, I'm like, why am I doing this? Like, who wants to live like this, you know? It's always gonna be just an upward battle, but it's an awesome battle. Like it's such a good life that I live, and everything is so much better now, but I want you guys to understand that this is work, you know? I'm not gonna sugarcoat things for you guys and say like, oh, it's easy, like you'll totally enjoy your life and everything will be fixed because you lost weight, because that's not true, and you guys know that. If you are an unhappy, overweight person and you don't work on your inside things that you need to work on, you will be an unhappy fit person. It's guaranteed. I promise you that much. You cannot think that losing weight is going to solve all your problems, because it's not going to work like that. But it will help. It might help with your self-confidence, and it obviously will help you live longer, which is the main thing that I want you guys to understand, that weight loss is for your longevity of your life, and seeing your grandkids grow up, and seeing your kids grow up, and seeing your dog grow up, you know, it's like, that's the main thing. And quality of life will improve, but you can't think that losing weight is going to solve everything, because it's proven, right? I was just talking about, that's funny. I was just talking about how, you know, I lost weight, but then I was in another thing where I was dealing with being afraid of food. It's not going to solve everything, but I promise you it will make your life better, I feel like, but it's not going to make it perfect. There's things that you're going to have to work on, but I'm rambling on. But that's kind of my thoughts. I thought it was a really cool topic, definitely different. Like I said, please leave comments in the comment section. Give me ideas of what you guys want me to talk about. I'm always willing to talk about whatever you guys want me to talk about. I said talk about a bunch of times right there. But yeah, I really appreciate you guys' support. I appreciate all of you guys. I love you guys. I know I say it all the time, but I really do appreciate all of the kind words that you guys give me. So make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. There was one other thing that I wanted to say. Oh yeah, look how buff I am.